That's what's been going on so far. But what is going on, guys? This is Ebonics with the Digital Cypha. We are here. Another episode 25. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Doing great. Happy to be here.
Awesome. So there's been a little bit of news. Mostly, I think what's been going on is a lot of fanboyism been hitting the Twitter lines or channels and stuff. But we'll get something going on. So first and foremost, this is for Call of Duty. Activision confirms that Rambo and Die Hard, I'm assuming that's Bruce Willis, is coming to Warzone next week. That's going to be interesting. I'm going to post this into the channel so you guys can see. But, this is definitely interesting. What do you guys think? I mean, it's hard for me to think about how this is going to work because everybody's shooting everybody. Usually Rambo's like a rogue type of guy, especially what's his name, Bruce Willis, unless they're like part of an inner story within Warzone, which I doubt they would be. But
no, I don't.
I mean, it would be an improvement if there's like a guy, like how it was in Ghost Recon when they brought in the Predator and Sam Fisher and
Saving in Predator.
Yeah, man. When you kill Predator, you get the helmet and you run around Wildlands with the helmet and you can see night vision and body heat and just like a Predator. Yeah, but man, he was hard. Did you try him, Dio?
Nah,
man, he was.
I never even bought the game.
He was ridiculous. Like
it looked really good.
It is, but I no disrespect to anybody who created, that DLC, but during the time of me trying to defeat the Predator, in my head, I was like, man, I should just pimp slap the guy who decided to put this in the game because it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Was actually bad?
It wasn't that it wasn't bad, it was hard. And what I mean by hard, he keeps running around, disappearing, and talking like other people that he's killed.
Yeah.
You know
like
what I'm saying?
Movie.
Yeah, so all right. And then his figure appears and he starts shooting, but it's not actually him. It's just image of him and he's behind you. Like,
it's like a hologram.
Like, how did he become Freddy Krueger or Jason? Behind you when he's in front of you. Because you can see his invisibility running across the forest, right? You can see it, but then it's like a split 2 to 3 seconds, and then he disappears, and then he's like, "You shouldn't have been here," whatever, multiple voices. And then when he finally sees you, he puts those 3 dots on you, and it's a one-hit kill. So you imagine playing with a team of 4 people, right? And everybody goes down, and you're the only one left, and you're trying to revive somebody. The moment you go down on your knee to revive the dude, there's a 3 dot on your shoulder. like he knows you're about to revive someone, so you gotta stop him, dodge away because it's coming. It's programmed to come. It's not gonna he moves, so let me just remove the 3 dots. No, it's gonna come in that direction regardless. So honestly, I would play that again. But I played it by myself. It took me about 5+ hours to do it by myself with the Predator. Not the story, just with the Predator at the end. It was 5 hours.
Wow. 5 hours.
Took the truck in with the turret. I carried the rebels with me. Bro, I took the rebels with me. Each one of them was going down to the count. It's like none of my team, none of my team, the Ghost, were being touched. Like, he killed all the rebels first. I was like, look at this. He's like, I'm gonna take out the easy peasies and then I'm coming after you. I was like, gosh, this is wrong. Cause you want to use them as bodyguards. You know what I'm saying? But he was stabbing them and hitting them with the laser beam. The only thing he didn't do was tie them to a rope and pull them up from their legs. That wasn't done. That would have been cool though. Anyways,
That would be wild.
so Rambo and Bruce Willis, Warzone. I wonder if those are going to be skins. It will be interesting if they are. What does it say here? The fun began earlier. This actually was conceived from a player who's playing the game, and his gamer tag was Survivor John 1009062. I guess that number means something. I'm not sure. But from that perspective, they started to think about adding them into the game. But that was just something for all the Call of Duty people out there. You know, you got something coming your way. A little bit of cameos from movies. So I'm sorry?
That's pretty cool. It makes sense with the whole 80s thing they're going for.
80s.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people playing Call of Duty Warzone are from the 80s. though.
I have a stat, Simonix, and it's in for Discord right now. Which you should definitely take a look at.
The stats. What? What? Wait, what's... Okay, you guys are tripping.
That was the world's best segue.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was good.
But you know what's funny is that it shows that it's recording right now,
Interesting.
and it says live.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere.
Let's see something here.
Okay.
Cause that's very interesting.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
unlisted, that's why.
Yeah, it's something's going on. So I'm wondering, what's kind of interesting is
It
whether or
shows
not.
it as unlisted on the link you sent.
Oh. Ooh. All right. I think we're good now.
We just put this one over.
No.
Technical
Yeah, it happens when you're doing your testing and you're like, yeah, blah 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 blah, and like, oh my gosh, you're not not live. Yeah, we're on live. No, you're not live. Oh my gosh. So what happened for anyone who's looking at this from the recorded perspective? The video was on unlisted and I had to make it public. We test things out in the beginning, so that was my fault. But yeah, the Rambo and Die Hard Bruce Willis, I'm assuming is Bruce Willis, it could be anybody, I don't know, will be coming to Warzone. Now, the other thing that's happening is this is a little bit weird. I'm gonna put this in the chat as well.
Mm-hmm.
AMD agrees to a $1.6 billion in new chips from Glowflow for its manufacturing freedom.
Manufacturing freedom, what does that mean?
AMD has finally been unleashed from any exclusivity deals with Global Foundries, its original manufacturing arm. While AMD has been free of pesky Glowflow royalties from a while and free to pursue chips from other manufacturers at 7 nanometers and smaller, it's still beholden to a wafer supply agreement. What the heck? With its X-Fab for 14th nanometer chips, with the latest amendment to the agreement. However, those exclusivity clause are now all but old news. I guess so AMD was working with Global Foundries for the production of this the chips, and I believe that $1.6 billion allowed them to move away from them as a manufacturer. Now I could be wrong here. I'm just trying to quickly skim through this. This came across, I think, sometime between yesterday and today. The question is, will it help production for the Xbox and PlayStation with this move? Hopefully it does. But just want to, anybody who's invested into AMD and you're quite aware of how they're processing these chips or they're producing these things, and Glowfo sounds familiar, they got something going on there.
It's pretty cool.
One of the major issues with the fanboyism this past week was on the topic of Starfield.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And quite a few insiders made it a point on multiple occasions, on multiple days, to say that Starfield is an exclusive game to Xbox and PC. Okay. I believe this before the purchase of Bethesda or ZeniMax. I would say ZeniMax. Starfield was slated to go on PlayStation as either as a time exclusive or as a exclusive. Kind of like was it Deathloop? I think even Deathloop is on a time exclusive now when it was supposed to be an exclusive game.
Yeah.
So now, like, if you have Xbox on the left and Sony on the right fighting each other pretty much about a game that hasn't been announced as an exclusive yet, because the tides can change at any point in time. Microsoft and Bethesda might come up with a deal that says, let's give Sony what they want, because we know by the time it gets back to us, we'll have the whatever edition, all DLCs, all in one package on Game Pass, all that stuff. So it's possible, but that's been the biggest thing. And apparently there's been a leak. Unfortunately, I've seen the leak.
Yes,
but
I've seen that as well.
I could not download it because I haven't figured out how to download from Twitter yet. But they had like a full. It felt like if Bethesda took inspirations from Mass Effect, specifically the flying spaceship stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, after playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition, like the last day or two, I definitely see that.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm wondering if you're flying, because you don't fly the Normandy.
No.
Right, but I'm assuming with Starfield, it's like you're basically controlling the plane and going in and out of slip space.
I don't really know much about the game, to be fair.
I understand. It's okay to speculate. Everybody else is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
But there has been a leak out there, so guys, keep your ears and eyes out there for Starfield. The anticipation is high that it's gonna be an awesome AAA game. I have learned my lesson not to expect much and just be surprised when I see it. AKA Anthem. Beautiful game, but I don't something went wrong. I mean, it looks very beautiful on the Xbox Series X, by the way. At really? 60 frames per second. Ooh, smooth. But anyways, I know Dio is kind of well, I don't know if he's happy, but what is it called? Phantasy Star Genesis 2. Oh, New Genesis.
Yeah.
It was opened yesterday and it's playable as a beta on PC. So for you guys interested, definitely check that out.
One step closer.
One step closer to what? To what?
To release.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else, like domination. no life syndrome playing games. Yeah.
Excited for that.
I'm sorry. You're excited?
Yeah, for that one.
Yeah.
I have a good feeling they're gonna do a good job.
Well, I'm gonna be jumping in later on the beta and test it out. I wanted to test it out yesterday, but I was like, it's a closed beta, so I can't record it. Shucks. I'm play it today. So yeah.
True.
Konami made a new game, and it's actually okay. So this is coming from PC Gamer. Konami's making a new game. These are things that I'm pulling. These are like fresh off the market type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, what the heck? That's not. Hold on.
My question is,
No, that's not it.
will it have the Konami code in it?
That's not Konami code. Nah, I don't know about
That
that.
is the real question.
What is the Konami code?
Actually, I was gonna say a funny thing with the Konami code was that in Dead by Daylight, when they released Pyramid Head and the Silent Hill 3 girl,
Mhm.
it actually used the Konami code to unlock a secret cosmetic for it.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty badass that they did that.
I love stuff like that. Just little like Easter eggs and references.
Oh, wow. Okay. For those who are into MMOs, Final Fantasy 14 had its little thing yesterday where it was talking about the direction of the new DLC Endwalker, sorry.
Okay, did they? What's this
Yeah.
about?
Wait. Don, are you saying you're interested?
Hey, look, I'm always interested in everything, bro.
Okay.
I'm like a sponge.
You need a PC for this one, though.
I'm a sponge, bro.
You need a PC for this one. It's another MMO game. But it looks pretty cool. The one that I'm excited for is the Reaper. Look, he basically a class that's like a Grim Reaper. Pretty sick looking.
Okay, when you said Reaper, I started thinking of Mass Effect again.
No, sir. No. Don't you dare talk about Mass Effect on an MMO game.
Mate, the new Mass Effect is going to be an MMO, guaranteed.
I find it interesting that he keeps segueing over to Mass Effect. Yeah, I think this is intentional, Dio.
No.
He just want to talk about it.
Listen, I was up till 3:30 last night playing it.
I can see.
I'm fully absorbed.
Jeez, Dio. I mean, what? I guess you watched it, right? What was your takeaway from that show?
I thought it was pretty cool. I like the idea of them introducing a new class and one that's kind of focused on necromancy, because I think that's something they were kind of lacking. I was actually surprised by that. I think it's a good move. Pretty cool, especially with the theme, right? Like being, I think what is called Endwalker.
Yeah.
And it's gonna launch pretty soon. I think. I know it was definitely a fall, but I want to say it was like November 23rd. They said.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere between like September, between September and November. Because you're right, because they usually drop during the summertime, like last year. But yeah, I think they're pushing later on. I hope they have more news about the next direction as well when they create their new narrative for the.
I think it's smart on their part.
I'm sorry?
Because they're doing something. I think it's smart on their part that they're releasing it in the fall. Because a lot of these other companies are all trying to release their stuff at the same time. You kind of block out everybody else. You have Blizzard launching TBC June 1st. You got ESO launching Blackwood June 1st.
That's true.
Then you have New World launching on August, I think the 31st. So it's like they're trying to give themselves enough space,
Right.
which I think they're, compared to the other companies, they're a lot more friendly about like, hey, enjoy our game, and take breaks when you need to. Where a lot of these other companies are trying to like, no, just focus on us.
Yeah. That makes
I
sense.
think that's a really good move on their part.
That does make sense, definitely. What MMO news do you have, Dio?
well, part of that was Amazon New World.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you guys saw the gameplay trailer for it.
Oh, you was not happy.
It's called This Is Ethereum, and it kind of like showed off like what one of their little things called expeditions, which is pretty much dungeons in other games.
Okay.
It looks like they're like 3 to 5 players based.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked pretty decent. You
Okay.
know? New World is a game that I haven't been overly excited for, but I'm hoping that will do well. And then at the same time, when they launched that game that I was pretty happy about, they also released in their well, this was leaked. So people who were testing the alpha went against the NDA and leaked this information.
For which game?
For New World.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
They leaked out like the cash shop stuff, and this cash shop is pretty aggressive.
Oh wow.
Showing like possible experience boost, skill boost, which you could argue is pay to win or not. I think it's pay to win personally, especially because New World had like a concept of a sandbox type of RPG,
Right.
and in those type of games, levels and skills mean everything. So it's pretty crazy that they did that. But the devs did address it later, like pretty quickly actually, that it will unlock. It would only have cosmetics, but they are considering quality of life, such as rest experience and fast travel, after it launches, and they're looking at possibly add a battle pass system, like other free-to-play games. And this is not a free-to-play game. This is a $40 game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if you pay $40, right? I mean, and then you want to pay more for cosmetics and all this other stuff. I mean, it sounds like an ESO a little bit, but you were saying there was some pay-to-win elements in there. And we're talking about like experience boost and stuff like that was seen.
Yeah, skill boost as well, and that skill boost to me is the bigger offender right there because I mean experience boost is pretty bad too, but in this game where skills are very so the problem with the cash shop is this, and like other cash shops, they're creating a problem and they're giving you a way to pay through the solution, right? So they're gonna make it really hard and grindy to level up your character and your skills, so they'll sell you those boosts.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
So
with
yeah, instead of being able to earn it properly, we just say, hey, look, you gotta pay for it.
Yeah, so that's my big problem with it, especially because like they're coming out the gate with it, right? I'm pretty sure if these people didn't leak it, they would have launched it with that. But now they had to like, kind of walk it back, because if they weren't ready to launch it, why would it have been inside the alpha anyway to test? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think didn't that
I hate
happen
to see it.
Didn't that happen to another publisher as well? Information got released and then they had to switch the whole strategy for how they want to make money. It was a console game. I forgot which one it was.
I know you're talking about. I just can't get a name right now.
I want to say Ubisoft, but I don't think Ubisoft. It was Ubisoft, because Ubisoft is not on the.
It was Ubisoft.
Was it Ubisoft?
Yeah, it was the Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Did it? But how can what?
Because they, man, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was their cash shop.
That's crazy because it's a single player game.
Doesn't matter.
I got you, but
it's still invasive. You know what I mean? Like
$60.
Because I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't play it because I refuse to play most of their games, but I'm pretty sure they sell like experience boosts in that game as well, right?
Yeah, I think so.
In Valhalla,
and I think they promised that they wouldn't do it.
In Valhalla?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they do it for all the they did it for Origins, they did it for Odyssey. You can get like experience boosters, so you don't have to grind as much for leveling.
Okay.
So
maybe
just increases your like global XP.
Yeah, maybe I didn't pay attention to it as much.
Yeah, I mean, you're not looking to do that. You know, you're looking to actually play the game and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it is part of their, and yeah, they did promise they weren't going to do it. They were going to do just cosmetics, and then they ended up adding it in later, which pissed people off. I really forgot about that.
Now that you mention it, when you press the start menu and you go in, there's like an armor section, and you tab over, and then there's like a store where it has all this armor and armor for your character and armor for your horse.
Helios credits and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not used to seeing and experiencing anything as it relates to like experience boost, level boosting and stuff like that. So I didn't look for it, but now since you mention it, I'm not. I wouldn't. How can I put it? I don't doubt that they did it. You know what I'm saying?
It's usually not up front, but it's usually buried in the store somewhere.
And I think it's hidden behind of a single player experience. That's why it's almost like okay. Versus because people who's playing it, they're playing the game. They're not staring at the shop 24/7. You know what I mean? They're just playing the game and getting loot and then dismantling or improving and moving forward. It's not until you actually go into the store and you see all this stuff, like, and we're talking like stuff that really looks cool, like, like, yo, that thing looks like seriously good, and you actually ask yourself like, yo, why is that not in the game? Almost like, like there's no lore for those. There's no lore for it, but it just looks so cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even for cosmetic stuff, I'm pretty against it. 'Cause like how you said it right there, like if it's not even in the game, like you're not giving me a way to earn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Cash shops just in general just have gone and gained more and more predatory as they progressed across the board.
Wow, gotcha.
I mean, actually, similar lines, Marvel Avengers. I don't know if you heard that they kind of crossed the line again with their player base.
Oh, did they?
The little bit that they have left.
Oh no.
Again?
Yeah.
What did they do this time?
So they had an event called the Red Room event. Like I don't know if you guys remember in X-Men, you had the Danger Room where they trained.
Yes.
So it's the same thing for the Avengers. So they had this event going on where you do the Red Room stuff and you try to see how good you're at it. And instead of making it where you could earn these costumes during the event, you put it in the cash shop during the event. So you could go buy it in the cash shop instead of just earning it.
No way.
So you go through the whole war room and you acquire what? Outside of experience, you're getting coins? Wait. Or are you doing something so much that you've unlocked the ability to buy it with real money?
I don't think that's how it is anymore. Like, I know when I used to play, you actually had to do real missions to gain currency that can help you buy cosmetics. But for the most part, when you're in the Red Room, you're getting kind of like experience. And I think for this event, instead of unlocking cosmetics, like costumes for your character, you're unlocking like name frames for your character's name and stuff.
Wow.
For your gamer tag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, these skins are like $14, $15 each. You know what I mean? So if you want to get your whole team outfitted with it, I mean, you're spending about as much as you would pay on the game. You know what I mean?
That's more than the cost of the game.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I don't know. It's just ridiculous. They just need to do a complete overhaul of this game. I mean, not the gameplay aspect of it, but the end game, the gear, and the cosmetics. They need to scrap it. They need to do a Realm Reborn with this. And I know it's not like Squaresoft who made it. They're just the publisher. But Crystal Dynamics needs to do something about it, man. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, you figured they would have.
I don't know how you mess up a franchise this bad.
It makes me wonder what was the budget for that type of game. You know what I'm saying? Because it was cinematic all over, right? So it had cinematics going into the game. So
I imagine it's probably quite high, like the license for the Avengers title, though.
Oh yeah, it had a good budget on it,
Wow.
and they had plenty of time. Also, they actually delayed it.
It
Oh, did they?
doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I think they delayed it like once or twice actually. So
Wow.
it's just disappointing, man. Because I actually had fun when I was playing it, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was rolling around with you on the game too, so I find it very interesting that
yeah,
that they didn't have that replayability. But the question is, because now that we think about it, right? We look at all the games that Square Enix has. You know, that we put in Final Fantasy series to the side for a quick sec. We look at Tomb Raider. Once you beat the game, you know, you're not really going back to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm the only other. I think Just Cause may have a better replayability than Tomb Raider.
yeah.
But
You had like the mindless fun aspect of it, like kind of like GTA, right? You're blowing things up.
Yeah, I mean, but even that has its time too, because you can only do that for so long. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, it's Just Cause, you know what I'm saying? So what other game they had? I mean, Life is
Dragon
Strange.
Warrior.
Dragon Warrior?
They had Dragon.
Oh yeah, Dragon Quest? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's like the American version called. But don't they have like Life is Strange also or something
Life
like
is
that?
Strange. I played it. It's like one of those type of, I don't know how can I don't know how to categorize that game.
It's not a real game.
It's not a real game.
It's even less of a game than Sony exclusives, dude. Like, because there's no gameplay aspect to it. You're just choosing like your dialogue option.
Exactly.
Like,
You're living a life of a person, pretty much.
Yep.
You know, and then they added like, I think later on now, like they started adding like superhero type of things.
Oh my god, yeah.
But you know, I think it actually started like that, but you actually lived as the person, the girl, and she was going through like this investigative type of thing. And then the second part is when she started getting really in depth with her inner abilities, if you will. And then here comes the guy. So it is one. I again, that's a genre of its own that needs a name. I don't know where that sits, to be honest.
It's like Lifetime for gaming.
Oh,
Like, you know, like that, like
yeah,
the girls like to watch for old, like the little dramas.
Yeah.
It's like that to me.
I beat the first one, and then I said I was done. I wasn't gonna even try the second and third one.
Wow, you made it that far. You beat the first one.
Leave me alone, dude.
I couldn't do that. You're a
Hey.
stronger man than me.
Hey, I mean, hey, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with that.
The reason it was a Square Enix game. I was trying to figure out where they were going with it. You know what I'm saying? But I tried the second one, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. It's just repeating the same thing. She just got older. And then they had the other one with the dude with the cape, and I was like, okay. You know, so it's they have their audience, but I have to wonder, like, when they put this thing together, right? And they say who our target audience is, I would like to know who that would be. Because, you know, in my mind, my wife wouldn't play that. She's like, you know, where's the action? You know what I'm saying? Give me Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? Like, you know, what's this? You know, give me Street Fighter, you know, Soul Calibur, something where I can smash buttons, you know? So, but yeah, Life is Strange, Tomb Raider, Just Cause, what other game they got? They got some other games, but yeah.
I mean, they all Game Pass recently. So
yeah.
Little by little, trickling in.
Yeah, but you know, their heavy hitters was Final Fantasy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And that's just the thing, is like that replayability is what people are looking for, because now we're still in that drought, right? Where Xbox is they have a stride on the market right now, but nobody has games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so come the release of Starfield and Halo Infinite, and some of these other unannounced games that may be announced during E3, that's when we'll know where Microsoft stands and where Sony stands. But at this time, like Game Pass has been kind of like, I think, Don, you remember what was it, the Summer of Play or Summer Arcade or something for Xbox?
Yep, Summer Arcade.
So, yeah, that's like, to me, that's how I see it. They took all that, put it into Game Pass, give you Xbox Live, gave you all these perks and everything. Basically, I mean, to me, I just think they took games with gold and arcade, Xbox Arcade, and all this stuff.
Yeah, they kind of meshed all that into one.
Exactly.
Experience, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna get crushed. Got crushed. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a bad deal. Because when you think about it, it's like you have games with gold, and they're giving you the games, right? And you're forced to download. You're not really forced to. It's your choice. But you still looking at this game like, man, can't you give us another game for the month, you know? And you gotta wait for next month for the next awesome game that you hope is like what you've been waiting for, you know?
I was surprised they gave Gears 5 on games with gold once. That was insane.
Yeah.
That was interesting. But with Game Pass, we kind of understand that subscription means that they have to find everything possible that is acceptable to Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are seeing everybody around the world embrace it. So now we have to cater to those people. What do they want? You know what I mean? They want first party. They want third party. They want indie. They want platforms. They want anime style. They want, JRPGs. I mean, this is what we're seeing today. So yeah, Square Enix needs to step up. I don't know what they got planned for this for 2021, but outside of
Final we'll soon see, right? Hopefully, E3's around the corner.
Yeah, but what was it? What you were saying, a name of a game?
Which game?
I thought he said a name of a game. But yeah, we definitely gotta wait for E3 because I think they're gonna do a presentation there.
Yeah.
And I hope it's Final Fantasy for Xbox. Ugh, I'm telling you, I'm sorry. Dude, I'm just saying. Anyways, it's not just me. There's a whole bunch of people out there that wants that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're gonna announce like the Final Fantasy VII remake coming to the Xbox eventually.
Yeah.
Probably at E3.
Gotcha. You got any more for us, Deal?
I mean, on other MMO news, on like a lighter note, which was actually pretty smart in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
With Ashes of Creation, like the main dude who owns it, he's not an actual dev. Like this guy is an avid MMO player, and he felt like the MMO scene has just been lacking for like years, and he's invested his time and money into this. And he saw what these other companies are doing, like Blizzard launching TBC on June 1st, ESO launching Blackwood on June 1st. Like all these guys just trying to compete with each other. He's like, I want to do what's best for the game. I'm not trying to compete with these guys. I want to make sure my alpha test has a good stress test. And he pushed it from June 1st to July. So it gives people ample time to play, the new content in ESO, the new content in TBC or whatever.
Yeah.
And they'll be able to play on that alpha so they can actually test it, like the crap out of it. And I think that made some of the more hardcore MMO players like very happy because they don't have to choose between an alpha for a game that they're really excited about versus a game that's actually out at the moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Allot their time appropriately.
Yeah. It's just such a smarter thing to do because, and to me, I feel like that's why they did the same thing in Square Enix with Final Fantasy 14 with the new expansion. Like you're giving your game its solo time. Like instead of trying to compete with other people, so you take away attention from them, don't even worry about that. Do your own thing. Your fan base will support you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's some pretty good news in the MMO scene at the moment, in my opinion. Um, I mean, if you want to talk to, this is not necessarily MMO news, and I know you guys know about this, but like, to me, this has a possibility of creating MMOs, new ones, um, because a lot of MMOs tend to be going this route with the whole free-to-play market.
Mhm.
You know, what Ubisoft saying is going to change the strategy to
Yeah.
focus on more high-end free-to-play games.
Right.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a headache. I mean, I'm not assuming that they're gonna have a headache in it because they're Ubisoft.
Yeah.
I think they have mastered the open world creation, right? Almost all their, I
Yep.
mean, since day one, Assassin's Creed, it's been open world,
Yep.
or open world esque, because I think Assassin's Creed 1 was more like how Monster Hunter is. You have a open area and then you load into different maps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Different kind of zones.
Right, but I think the real open world started with Assassin's Creed 3, with
2 or
the,
3, I think.
I
I
think
don't
two,
remember 2.
I think 2
I think
was
probably 3 sounds right.
well, 2 was in Italy. The Casanova guy, and he had
Yeah,
3.
Ezio.
Yeah, Ezio. He had 3 not seasons, but he had 3
Games, yeah.
yeah,
2
sequels.
Brotherhood and Revelations, right?
Yeah. So, but
Yep.
the Assassin's Creed 3 was with the Indian, and you
Connor?
could, yep, and you could ride in and out of colonies and
Yeah.
experience the world. And
Yeah.
that one was
They
different.
they did a remaster of that, right?
I don't know. I think of all the
I think
Assassin's Creed.
I think if you pre-ordered Odyssey, I think you got the remaster free.
For
I think
Odyssey?
so. Yeah.
That's kind of weird because I figured it would have been Odyssey and Black Flag, because Black Flag is
Right.
directly behind it. And honestly, Black Flag is way more better than Assassin's
Free.
Creed 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I know.
Black Flag was brilliant.
I mean, I don't know how you feel about this, but like, what I enjoy the most about it is the naval battle.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah. I
the
think I prefer the naval in Black Flag more than I have in the recent games, to be fair.
well, because it's like I know it gets boring, right, when you're fighting ships all day, but then
Yeah.
you have, if you want to be rogue, you kill all these ships and then you're being hunted down by the cops on boats. I'll just call it that. You know, I don't know what their name was, but when you see them, you know they come in to get you and they pack a punch. So you had to have an upgraded ship, but then you have like water spouts in the ocean during the thunderstorms and having to get through that. I mean, and then you had the 4, what do you call it? The big ships, huge ships.
Oh yeah, like the boss ones.
Yeah, and then you
The
steal their
Man-of-War kind of
powers.
things.
Yeah, the Man of Wars, and you steal their powers.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
I think the setting in Black Flag was perfect for naval combat, man. It's just a perfect game for it.
I think what the problem was is that it took too long to get to the ship.
Yeah.
So people didn't really appreciate the game, the naval part of it, because once they get to the ship, you're kind of in story mode. You know, you want to get to the story, so you want to skip that. But I think, to me, I think what I did, I had my little schooner of a ship, and I just started killing things. I forgot the story, just start killing things and upgrading the ship as much as I could. Yeah, you don't want to be the weakest guy in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Definitely not.
I mean, come on.
I remember I used to farm one of like the boss battles. You have to fight 2 Man of Wars. But if you killed one and backed out the fight, you keep all the resources and the money and everything.
Bro.
So I just kill one and just restarted the fight.
It was a
and keep
strategy
doing
all to itself. That was the first time I actually thought that a ship on water had a strategy of fighting. Like, you know, what is it called? What was that game that you had? It was an old school game deal where you had warships and it was on your side, and the other person had warships on their end, and you're like
Battleships.
Battleships.
Battleship.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. I mean, it's nothing like that, but that's the only strategy that came to my mind when somebody says, "Yeah, naval battles." Like, oh, battleships. Like, that's kind of old.
Speaking on this Ubisoft, like they're getting rid of those. They're putting less emphasis on those AAA experiences, like the single player ones. Whatever happened to that Ubisoft pirate game they were making?
Oh, Skulls and Bones.
Yeah.
They canceled it, right?
Yo, that was supposed to be so. The same team that did the naval for Black Flag decided that they was gonna make a complete game, and call it Skulls and Bones. But that's a good question. It was like, what's the status on that update?
I assume now, like, if they're moving away from experiences, and every Assassin's Creed game basically had boats and since, I think that game might be dead in the water. To be honest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, well, you see, that game was announced before the beloved that one game, Beyond Good and Evil.
Oh, Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil is another game that slipped through the cracks.
Oh, that game's got to be done as well, right?
Yeah, I know.
Like, I know their website like says it's still, but I don't.
I mean, those are two games. Those are two
yeah,
games.
we've been waiting for like how long now? Like 10 years or something?
Has it?
They showed it. Like, they showed like pictures of it or a trailer a couple years
ago.
ago.
There was a trailer. It was 3 trailers, and they even show you the breakdown of the cities. And see, this is why I'm thinking like, yo, if Xbox were to do anything, it would be that with Ubisoft. If Ubisoft was making an Xbox exclusive, it would be that, because I think I don't think they had a Beyond Good and Evil for PlayStation, right? I think maybe for PC. So to me, that would be the it factor right there. Ooh, speaking of, which is interesting. Right now, Skulls and Bones has a beta testing thing. So I'm gonna put this in the chat.
Really?
Is it?
Yeah, they say register for beta. So I'm gonna put this in the chat area.
So I look
maybe
at
it's not that
whole, I look at this whole free to play game in 2 different ways, right? Like, in a way, it could be good because then hopefully, instead of launching 3 to 4 single player AAA experiences a year, and they only focus on 1 or 2 a year, those games will come out better, hopefully. Or
telling me you don't want another Steep game?
Yeah.
Another what game? What game?
Or they'll just get too greedy because they see free to play is like super, cost effective, and they'll like just give up on AAA single player games.
I mean, I would hope that they would do some research and not be like some of these greedy people who don't even last long because how they approach the community, the MMO
I would
community.
think so, right?
Because
didn't they make a free to play game that flopped, like that arena shooter?
Arena shooter.
What was it called?
Yes.
Arena shooter.
Like they were pretty much trying to pay people to play for it.
I don't remember that. What was it called?
I can't remember.
I don't remember the name of it, but
you know what?
I remember it existing.
I just remember that they were like pretty much paying people to play. Like they would like give you like some kind of like coupon or like thing or something like that, where you got pretty much like $10 for free.
What?
Yeah, like to like use it in their game store or whatever. Oh man, what was
I'm searching
Hyperscape, right?
No, Hyperscape is a free-to-play game and it's still going. It's on everything and it's cross.
Yeah, it's still going, but it's not. No one's playing it.
Yeah, people are playing it. I mean, people are playing it. It's just not the noise. Now it was the noise when it was coming out, right? But once you played the game, the question was, can I see myself continuing to play the game? Because that is super fast paced. Like Call of Duty is a fast paced shooter, right? Run and gun, kill, whatever. This joint is like on a whole new level of fast paced. Sliding, jump, like running on roofs, I mean, bouncing on these balls that have you going like way up in the air, and people can snipe you if you're in the wrong position. And I mean, this game has so much. I mean, this game was even more fast paced than Titanfall. You know,
Well,
what
I'm not saying that the game is bad. What I'm saying is that it has no attention.
What I'm saying is, a lot of people didn't know. A lot of people, casual people, right, who the game was attracting when it first coming out because they were giving out Steam keys and people were playing it and stuff like that. It would cause headaches and burning eyes because of how fast you were running, how fast the game allowed you to move. On controller, it was ungodly. Keyboard and mouse, it was heaven. It was heaven because
you know
then.
What this reminds me of?
What's that?
If you saying that, it reminds me of a game. I don't know if you guys can remember this. A game called Brink on the 360.
Brink sounds familiar.
It's it was the parkour shooter game. I just didn't land.
Was that like an answer to Mirror's Edge or something?
No, I think it was an online shooter. To be fair. It was around the time. It was like 2011, 2012, baby.
Wow, that's been a while.
Yeah, 10 years ago, man.
Yeah, I mean,
it's proper like fast-paced shooter. It was kind of like imagine Titanfall without Titans.
That's what I'm saying, though. Okay, think of it. Let's look, guys. I hate this part. This part, I died. I did not succeed. It is. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I don't know how to put it, man. Hyperscape is like the name speaks for itself. It's a shooter on drugs, on LSD or something.
Well, I'm just saying that you're looking at its competition. Its competition is Warzone, Fortnite, Apex Legends, PUBG. I mean, even PUBG, I'm sure has better numbers than Hyperscape.
Let me check the Steam count here. Give me a second.
PUBG is pretty big still. It's not talked about.
It's not talked. The question is,
yeah, because it's one of the first ones. That's why. If it wasn't one of the first ones, it wouldn't. But
yeah.
But I'm telling you, like, there's no way Hyperscape beats any of those games.
Well, I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying that, the traction is not there, but it's still being played. You know what I'm saying? Like
maybe 100 players.
Man,
Marvel Avengers are
dude, I am glad I'm not the one who made that game. I'm telling you, I'm so glad I didn't make Hyperscape to listening to D. Like, oh my gosh, smack, smack, smack. I was like, dang, son, hold on, let me find the numbers.
It's a weird move to me by Ubisoft to pursue free to play when they still have a free to play game that's not doing very well. That's my thing.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because it's not just this game, right? Like, because they announced that spin-off game, right, for the Division.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought that happened. I was trying to remember if I made up.
But that's not Ubisoft though.
Yeah. So it's Hyperscape.
No. You talking about the one that looks like Division, but it has zombies in it?
No. There's an actual Division spin-off game.
Really?
Yeah. Division. They have a spin-off game coming out and some mobile games coming out.
Oh,
and a movie.
You're talking about the free-to-play that they're trying to do. That's a spin-off.
Yes.
Gotcha. My bad.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's to me, I get what they're trying to do, but I think they still need to fix this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they still got to fix the Division 2. I mean, Division 1 and 2 weren't as successful as they should have been. So to go free to play with them, I just feel like I think that they are trying to bang on the fact that games like Warframe and Path of Exile do well because they're free to play, and it's not because of that reason. The reason they do well is because they have very good relations with their community.
Oh, not to
mention,
I
don't know if Ubisoft could deliver that.
Not to mention that one game from the guys who created what?
Welcome, Levi's.
Oh, what?
You got disconnected, dude.
Yeah, you got disconnected, bro.
Hold. Okay.
Oh, it's still live. Oh,
Yeah,
Are
we're
we
still
still
live.
live?
Yeah, we're still live. We're still live.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. Yo,
Oh,
I put in some work over here, son. Don't do that to me, son. I put some work up in here.
Yo,
The show must go on.
that was when he came back. He wants
All
5 bucks. He's
right.
like, nah, boy.
Yeah, this guy is a trip. Well, I know that now. I don't remember what was the last thing I said. Oh, anyways, yeah. Like I was saying, Rogue Company is another game that is free to play.
Season 2 just started.
And is the only thing I don't like about that game is like it costs super much to get another character, like 30,000 credit, and the amount of credits you get is like in the 50s per mission per objective, like 30,000, and you only get like 50 cred each, maybe.
Yeah, it is.
It's a
it is
grind.
hard.
It is a nasty grind, bro.
Like I like that game. Like, it plays amazingly, but the grind is real, man.
But there's a reason why that game is more successful than Hyperscape.
Replayability.
It has same thing. It has like a company that has good community relations. You know, they have Smite, they have Rogue Company, they have Paladins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I even think they got that other game. What's it called? It's Run Royale.
Yeah, Run Royale. Yeah.
You know, so like they have like an established like consumer base there for that. And I'm not saying that Ubisoft can't do the same thing, but they should have been doing this a long time ago with The Division, because that was like their big multiplayer platform game. And to me, I don't think they've ever really fixed that like community. And I might be wrong because I'm not part of it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's as big as it was before. And to me, their biggest weakness has always been the fact that it was. I hate to say it, but like, I don't want every game to be the same exact thing. But it was just so weird to have a Tom Clancy game as an MMORPG where you're shooting like clips into like guys' clothes, Yeah. And I always felt like the story was more interesting in the past that happened as opposed to what was actually going on. Like when the pandemic broke out and everyone was dying and stuff. All that stuff seemed way more interesting than the actual stuff going on in the game. But that's more me talking about part 1. Part 2, I never heard besides the beta, and to me, it just felt like more part 1.
Got you.
So that's why I never got into part 2.
I'm trying to find out. Well, no, the numbers are not in Rogue.
They're that low.
Well, I don't know, because I can't even pick up on Rogue either. Rogue Company.
Shade.
I'm looking at playercount.com. Dio will drop it like it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think after he says it, he's like, "Oh, I said that. Okay, well, it's done. So let's move on."
No, I'm just saying, like, because I feel like I think Ubisoft does have. They have the team, they have the money, they have everything they need to make a successful online game.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that they're just not communicating with their player base. Because to me, I bet you more than anything, if they made Division and Division 2 a lot better than what it was, Hyperscape would have came out with no problem.
Okay. But
like when you have a game that's already tarnished like your name when it comes to online gaming, especially when it comes to PvP players. Like PvP players want something that they can rely on, and that's what Hyperscape is. It's just a PvP game,
I know how Ubisoft can make some money. They seem to make another Splinter Cell game. That's it. Just make another Splinter Cell. Make it good. Don't make it Blacklist.
Back.
So, this is Xbox. Unfortunately, the date is November 19th, 2020. Right?
When it launched?
That was half a year ago.
Was it? That was this last year. Units sold was 420,000. New players 150,000. Total player count was
420,000. Coincidence? I think not.
And then a player count was Was it 3 million? Yeah, 3,400,000. That was November, so it could drop down from there. Who knows?
It definitely did.
This guy. I am glad that I did not make that game and having this conversation. You ever sit down at the dinner table, right? And then you have this person, like you're talking about the perfect day of your life, and then this person's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, we both know what happened. We both know why it was your happy day. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Well, I mean, the game came out in August of right? I think it was a 20. So I mean, by now, I mean, there's obviously players, right? Because they have a season 3 now.
Yeah, I just started too.
Yeah, so they definitely had people playing. It's just that there's no way they're making like Fortnite, and I'm not even gonna say Fortnite. That's just ridiculous. They're not even making Legends kind of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow.
And that's just because I don't know. I don't see when I think, like you said, when I think of Ubisoft, I don't think of multiplayer. I think of open world first person, like single player experiences.
Gotcha.
I don't think of a multiplayer game. They haven't proven themselves to make a good multiplayer.
Yeah, Siege is like their only good multiplayer game, really, in recent history.
That's true. Yeah, actually, I take that back. Siege actually does have a very strong community, even though it launched bad.
Yeah, like Siege is like their big thing. I don't know how much money they make. I don't know what the monetization is like on that game. But I think if they can kind of mimic that to some extent and put that model forward and into a good free-to-play game, then it could work. But whether they'll do that or not,
you know what hurt my feelings? For multiplayer wise, it wasn't even really the Division, it was For Honor, because I was so hyped for Honor, and it looked so good, and it is a good game. It's just that I don't know, they never really did anything with it,
Yeah, I played the beta and I was like, this is cool, but I just feel like there wasn't really substance to it,
Yeah.
Well, there is one game that I'm kind of hoping for that blows all the other FPSs out the water, hopefully, and that's Crossfire X. I am definitely looking forward to that game.
Yeah, I keep hearing about this game.
Well, I think Remedy finished the single player aspect of the game. They were supposed to release last year, but they pushed it back, so we might be looking at a release sometime soon. It might be through E3, hopefully. But
speaking of Remedy, I was playing Quantum Break the other day.
Nice. Enjoyed?
Oh yeah, FPS boost, bro. Looking nice.
But the reason why I'm really looking forward to this game is because I'm a little bit tired of Call of Duty. I'm tired of hearing the name, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think somebody needs to come in and be the competitor for that. I mean, yeah, there's Destiny, yeah, there's Counter-Strike, yeah, there's all these other stuff, but there's Crossfire X made by Smilegate Studio in Korea. They're their multiplayer guys. They work on the multiplayer aspect of it, and then Remedy is working on the single player story, and they're done. So my hope is that it's gonna be like fire when it comes off, because it has DMX's theme song on it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be. I think if there's another game that people have been sleeping on, it will be Crossfire X. Announced, I should say. That and Fable. So.
Oh yeah, Fable, pretty sweet.
Yep.
I mean, I know you're talking about Call of Duty, but did you guys hear about Call of Duty Warzone? Like, I think they banned like 500,000 accounts.
Yeah.
One of the spree.
I was watching somebody play this morning, and they will complain like, "Oh, you see that dude? You see him? He's him versus 6 dude, and he's knocking him out." And then next thing you know, it says finding new player, and everybody goes like, "Oh my gosh, he's gone! Oh my!" I mean, I like really. I mean, it must be something, right? Because I'm not really a PC guy, so it must be like heaven for the GMs to like put a drop the hammer on a dude who's causing mayhem on a server. I would assume.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's like a lot of cheaters. That's what it seems like most of these accounts are. They're like all like hackers and cheaters, dude. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
well, the thing is, like Warzone being free to play, man, it's
True.
really riddled with it, you know.
yeah,
It's such a big game like that.
that's what
People
we
are just
talked
gonna-
about before. Was that free to play games kind of usher in those type of people? From what I'm saying, that's
Yep.
what
Mhm.
Dio was explained to me. You know what I'm saying, the differences
I
between.
mean, it's all my opinion.
But it makes sense though. It makes sense because like you said,
Barrier
they can
to
just
zero, right?
easily create a new account and jump back
Yep.
in.
Yeah.
So, if you bought
Yeah,
it, you're not gonna rebuy
cheaters
the game.
and with people.
What was that?
No, I just said between cheaters and like rude people, like people just
Yeah,
looking to like be obnoxious, control people.
exactly.
Like they don't care. Like how Don was saying, there's $0 entryway, right?
You're right, exactly. Yep.
You're just making it a brand new email or Gmail or whatever, and then you're good.
So guys, this is it. We have reached the end of our podcast today. We want to thank you guys for coming in. It's been a little bit dry this week, but we made it through. We did have some topics, but hopefully this coming week we have more information from the dirty underground to what's popping on social media. So
Yeah, we got E3 on the rise too.
exactly.
it's
When
on
is
the
it? 2
horizon.
weeks from now, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. So we look forward to chopping it up with you again. We're here every Saturday at 10 a.m. for those who are seeing us for the first time. And if you enjoy the show, definitely, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So when we go live, you're here with us, and don't be afraid to chat with us. Definitely hit us up. All right. And I'm Ebonics. We got the Don CJG. Yep.
Yo out.
And you guys have a great weekend.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.